So guys, we'll be talking about chatting. This is gonna be like a quick mentorship. I'm doing it for two of my chatters, but I will use it with every chatter that comes into the agency. So that's why I'm basically recording it and then sending it to every chatter. So if you're watching this, you're probably about to start working with the agency, with my agency, or you're already an established chatters and I just want you to make more money. It's very important for me, as I said to some of my chatters, loyalty. If you're loyal to me, you will make a lot of money for a lot of time, and I will invest in you my time the same way I'm doing here right now, because I could invest more into just signing more creators, bringing more traffic, and just outsourcing this to a chatting agency, and they will make me a lot of money. But I want inside my team chatters, inside chatters, basically in-house chatters and loyal chatters to me. So I hope after watching this video, I don't mind if you, after watching this video, go and work with another agency, because it's not a competitive world. The chatting part, the marketing part, it is a competitive world. Chatting is not competitive. If another agency makes big money from chatting, it doesn't mean I make less money from chatting. That's why maybe I will even post this to YouTube, I don't know. So we'll be talking now about chatting, because I've been talking to a friend of mine that has a big agency that they make nearly, I think, 6 million a month from their agency, and they have big chatting ratios, like I would say from 10 to 17 to $1. Basically, a chatting ratio is if a fund pays $1 for the subscription, you make $10. That's a 10 to 1 ratio. So imagine the normal subscription is $3 normally, the first one. So you should be making at least $30 per fund, to this being a little good chatting. Yeah, that's a pretty good, decent chatting. Yeah, that's a better form of saying that. The best chatting would be, I don't know, 15 to 1 and all that stuff, but it always depends of where the traffic comes from. But here we'll be talking now about chatting, basically, so let's go. Me and my friend, the one who has a big agency, developed a strategy, a chatting strategy, that I will be teaching you today, basically. So here we go. So very important part before starting with a strategy, everything is okay, yeah. Before starting with the strategy is for you to understand the model you are selling. Yeah, you have to understand the model. You have to be the model, be that model. How can you do that? First of all, I will send you basically every information about the model, where she's from, what she likes, what she doesn't like. You should revise her social media, because we are promoting her mainly on the social media, so people comes from the social media. Maybe she has a dog, maybe she has a brother that she posts on the social media. So imagine the fun writes to you, texts you something about your dog. So how is your dog doing? Now you think, what dog? Fuck. So you have to be ready, everything ready. Just have a script, not a script, like some information near to you, like here, that you can basically, here's your MacBook or your Windows computer, and here's a list of information about the model that you should be understanding. Like, for example, maybe a model likes philosophy. Maybe she posts on the internet about philosophy. So you have to understand philosophy. Like, keep that in mind. You have to have some basic knowledge in philosophy. You have to have some basic knowledge in business. How can you have this basic knowledge? Just read. When I give you a model, I'm giving you a model, maybe, let's say today is 27 October, I will give you a model on the 1st of November. You have 3 days to investigate about the model, understand what the model likes, what she doesn't like, understand the topics she's talking about in her video, in her stories, whatever. Maybe she is a gym girl and you don't like anything about gym. Well, you have to understand about gym, so watch some videos, understand, prepare yourself, because this preparation at the start, before starting working with the model, is very important. So Maybe coming back, maybe she likes philosophy. So you just go to Google and just write something like basics of philosophy. Philosophy. Just read about it. Read. Maybe you go to YouTube and write a quick philosophy course of 2 or 3 hours and just watch it and write everything down. Because the fan is not only talking to you because you are pretty. He wants to talk to you. He wants to engage in a conversation with you. Me as a man, for example, if I talk to a girl and she's stupid, she's dumb, I don't want to talk to her. I just want to fuck her. I fuck her and just leave her. That's the whole point. So you have to make me, as a fan, feel engaged in the conversation and feel like I'm talking to someone interesting, Bring me some facts, maybe some interesting facts about philosophy that I never knew. Maybe some science studies that I never knew. If I'm a model that I'm interested in maths or in science or in physics, bring me some facts that I never knew. Me as a man, I value that a lot in girls. Like for real. I have a football match here, so that's why I'm looking back all the time. So don't be just a dumb model, or don't act like a dumb model. Act like someone interesting basically. If the model has nothing like on her Instagram so specific as philosophy, as science, as whatever, you can choose it by yourself. Maybe just go on the internet and write fun facts about the world in general, about politics, about economics, about whatever. Maybe if the fan is from the USA, you have now are starting the elections, Trump versus Kamala Harris. Just read about it. So why are you into Trump? Why are you into Trump? Maybe try to, when engaging with the fan, if he is from the US, and he comes to you with, you ask him, so who are you voting? Well, I'm voting Trump. Okay, you have to be prepared, prepare yourself a script about everything what is happening in the world at that moment. Like imagine, he says, I vote Trump. And maybe you want to engage the conversation saying, well, I would vote Kamala Harris. He will ask why. So you have all the facts why you would vote Kamala Harris, why Trump is bad. Maybe you want to engage the other part. Well, all the Kamala Harris voters are stupid, I would vote Trump also. That's another point. You can prove him point. You basically have to understand everything about it. So always have to be engaged in what is happening in the world right now. Yeah? Like maybe position yourself from the war between Israel and Palestine perspective on one of the sides, or in both of the sides, and ask your fan about that. You have to engage into a conversation that makes him feel like he is not talking just to a doll that he would fuck, just a plastic doll. No, he's engaging with a real person. So act like a real person, act like an interesting person. That's very important. So you have to always be in the day. And maybe subscribe to some news, maybe read about anything. That will also develop your brain. You're not only a worker, you're also a human being. You're not only a chatter, you are a human being. You have to attract people also. You have to have some relationship with other persons in the world, with other people. So that will also bring you knowledge. So it's very positive from every part of from every perspective you look at it. Yeah. So we'll start now. So now we have to understand something. Here's the first sale. It's very important for us to make the first sale. But before making the first sale, we have to understand the fan's psychology, the state he's coming in. For example, we have a model. She promotes herself, or we promote her on her Instagram. Yeah? So she's being promoted on the Instagram. She's probably an influencer. She has maybe 50k followers, 100k followers, a million followers. She's promoting herself in the Instagram. The fan tries twice, 3 times, 10 times to contact the model through Instagram. Yeah, we have to understand that. on the first part. He's not going at the first, I don't know, he watched the video of a model and goes into her profile, clicks Onlyfans links and subscribe. Of course not. He tries to contact the model through Instagram. The model will not answer his message. So after trying it twice, 10 times, 20 times, he will then move and try to contact the model through any other platform, and he will end up on the OnlyFans page. He will pay a $3 subscription, a $10 subscription, a $20 subscription for that, yeah, for contacting the model. But we have to understand something from the fan perspective now. He, as the fan, is coming. We have something that is sexual market value. Yes, sexual market value. In real life, sexual market value is if I'm in contact with a girl, I meet a new girl, and the girl is beautiful. I know I look good, yeah? Now I have hair back, usually it comes on the front, now I just have something for the hair to not fall off, basically, some special cream. But when I meet a girl in real life, maybe she's beautiful, she's a 10 out of 10. So instantly, me, just without all the money and all the stuff, if I'm a 7 and she's a 10, her sexual market value is here, yeah? Here's her 10, here's my 7. So we have a difference in the sexual market value, yeah? So I'm looking up at her. So what will happen? I will go after her. I will feel when I'm engaging in the conversation that she is higher market value than me, she has sexual market value much higher than me, and she has much more opportunities than me when it's coming to the relationships part and all that stuff, yeah? So, when the fan is coming to your OnlyFans, he's coming from that perspective. He tried to contact you plenty of times. He liked your message, he reacted to your stories and all that stuff. He's basically, now he moved, and his sexual market value in his eyes, not in your eyes, you don't even know him, you don't even know that he tried to contact, but in his eyes, he looks like a free from your perspective, yeah? Because he knows what he did. He knows that he tried to contact you every possible way for free. So he knows that you basically ignored his message. Maybe he thinks you read the message, but you ignored it. So now he's coming like a free and you're a 10 in his eyes. He's even willing to pay just to text you. So think about it like that. So now he enters and subscribes to your profile. And we have a really, really important decision to make now. If you write to the fan, like he subscribed to your profile, and at the moment he subscribes, and automatic message, the first message, all these automatic messages that come inside, that starts in the OnlyFans, you send an automatic message instantly, like, hey, thank you for subscribing to my account, blah, 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 blah. What happens now? Instantly, he doesn't know that's an automatic message. Instantly, he feels interested from your part. He feels interest, yeah? Like, the fan looks at this engagement, you look at it from a business perspective, you have to move and look at it from a real life engagement, yeah? A real life engagement perspective. So instantly, you fall down in his eyes. So maybe your sexual market value just went 3 points down. Why? Because you contacted him first. You wrote to him, you texted to him first. Yeah? That's what basically happens after you write the first message. So what can we do to keep that 3 and 10 sexual market value difference, 7 points of sexual market value difference? We should make the fan write first to us on the OnlyFans. Probably you worked like a chatter already for a while, and you know it for a fact that when the fan writes you first, he's probably more willing to buy. Yeah, and normally you don't have to engage with him so much into a long conversation and just move it directly to a PPV selling and script selling. Yeah, That's why, because he engaged when he is writing to you, when you're approaching a girl at the club, you are the one that takes his market value, his sexual market value down. If the girl approaches you at the bar, she can be a 10 out of 10. But at the moment she approached you at the bar, her market value comes down like 3 or 4 points. And you already look at her like, maybe you are a solid 6 out of 10. And she's a solid 10 out of 10. She approached you and you're already looking at her like, who are you? Who do you think you are? Yeah? That's the whole point. That's what you have to understand. So how can we make the fan text you first? We have 2 options here, basically. We have the option of sending an auto message, but that he knows that that's an auto message, because everybody is like trying to convince the fan that the fan is talking to the model. But what if we try sending that auto message for him to know that's an auto message, but making him thinking about replying to it and engaging into the conversation? Because the fan subscribes to your profile. We're looking at here now. The fan subscribes to your profile. What's the percentage, or what's the, how willing is the fan to engage into the conversation with you? Like, maybe he's new in Onlyfans. Maybe he's just created his account. He doesn't know how Onlyfans works. Maybe he doesn't know that he should text you. So maybe when he subscribes to your profile, the percentage of him, or the willingness of him texting you first is 40%. And we sending that automatic message, letting him know that he can text you through that messages part, maybe makes that percentage increase 15% or 20%. With every model is different, you understand? But we have 2 possibilities here. First possibility, not to text at all, no auto messages, nothing. Just make the fan text you. How we can make the fan text you? Through having a good feed. Because think about it, how we made the fan text you at the first part, or the first time. How we make the fan subscribe to your profile. We've basically been posting good content in Instagram or in other social media, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, whatever, Reddit. We've been posting good content, and that good content made the fan will or wants to text you. Maybe he texted you through social media and then subscribe to your profile. So we have to basically repeat the same step. Just the content being a little bit more sexy, a little bit more appealing, and a little bit more, make him a little bit more horny, just maybe on the Instagram you are fully dressed, maybe on the OnlyFans feed you are half naked, or you are in lingerie, but without showing more, because me as a guy, for example, I don't know how you work, guys, but me as a guy, I will never come or jerk off to a girl in lingerie, yeah, or to a girl that is not flashing her nipples, if she's just fully naked, like let's say she's fully naked but she's not showing your pussy and not flashing the nipples, I will never jerk off to that. I want the full picture, I don't want to imagine, even if she's just she has little nipples and she just press them like that, I will never jerk off to that. So we have to understand that we have to move that engagement same way that we moved from Instagram to OnlyFans, from OnlyFans feed to the messages, to make the fan message you first. So that's one of the part, and the second part is to make that auto message. We have 2 options. The second option is to create an auto message, but for the fan to know that's an auto message. Maybe even sending inside the auto message something like, this is an auto message, but thank you for subscribing to me. And he will understand that he can start engaging to you. Or maybe in the feed, from the first option, you're posting constant content on the feed, maybe once, twice, or 3 times a day. inside the content, write something like text me if you're ready, text me if you are whatever, text me if you are willing, blah, blah, blah. But you have to create that exclusiveness, you know, you have to keep this barrier, you know, these 7 points of sexual market value difference, you have to keep it there. Because it's the same as in real life. If you are talking to a girl in real life, just think about it this way. If you're talking to a girl in real life, and you are starting from the point of being in a higher sexual market value than the girl, and from one point to another you show too much interest to the girl, you show too much excitement at seeing her, you touch her too much, you show basically is the interest part. You can make that sexual market interest in her eyes, just switch and make her in the higher part. What will happen after her reaching that higher part and you're reaching the lower part? She will start, I don't know, she will lose the interest in you. Basically, she will lose all the interest in you, all the interest. That's what will happen. So the same happens in the Onlyfans. Yeah? Whenever you are switching the position with the fan and you are lowering your sexual market value, you are switching that and the fan is starting to feel, even if he is not, with this higher market value and losing all the interest at it. So this is what we have to understand. This is before the first sale, yeah? Because after this, the fan started engaging in a conversation. You have to always let the fan engage in the conversation. So we have two options here, yeah? If the fan just subscribe to your OnlyFans, never send him mass messages, never. Leave him there for maybe 3, 4, 5, 6 days, a week. Let's give him a week, yeah? Don't message him first. Don't send him mass messages. Just post good content on the feed. That I will do it or the team will do it. Basically posting the good content to the feed. And leave the fan there for 7 days. After 7 days, you still are not messaging him. Don't message him first. But you will add him to the mass message list. Yeah, we will be sending like maybe once or twice a day a mass message. Not just the stupid mass messages, hey, how are you doing? No, not that way. We will send mass message that is general and looks general. Like, for example, a locked video with a preview video and a good copywriting. These are the 3 points of mass messaging. By the way, we will go basically down here and I will go directly to the mass messaging part. So how we'll be sending it. So a mass message, for you to understand, is not, hey, how are you going? It's not trying to engage the fan into a conversation. Never try to engage the fan to a conversation through a mass message or engage him into buying a script. No, you send him a mass message for him to understand that's a mass message. Yeah? It should be something like a porn video with a preview, a free preview of 5, 6, 7 seconds and a long form, maybe 2-3 minutes porn video or something related to porn video with a good copywriting to make the fan buy. Maybe a mass message will cost $100, maybe, well, it depends here of the price, but we'll start talking about mass messages here. So, first thing, for you to understand, don't try to upsell it and sell it the way it is. Don't try to sell a mass message like a script. The mass message is just like a porn video. He's paying for a porn video. So depending on the fan, he will pay more or pay less. But it's very important for it to have a good intro, something that creates a good like interest in him to want to open that mass message. And then a good copywriting, describing it, but not telling him what is really happening. So you have to play with it for the fan to want to pay the price of the mass message. But this is not engaging with him into a conversation. He is the one who wants to start the conversation always. He wants to understand this is a mass message. You want him to understand it. Don't make it something like it's something personal. I know it's like a myth. There is a myth between chatters that always the fan should feel that you're sending him something personal. Like, never do it. Like, don't tell him this is a special mass message for you. No, just have a good story behind the mass message and sell it. So let's dive into the mass messages part since we're here. So mass message, basically we have to create a story behind the mass message. For example, your dad doesn't want you to be on Onlyfans. So we created a story behind the model mass message. The model will create the content for it, and I will give you all the stories. But you will have to do a perfect copywriting. If you don't know how to do perfect copywriting, I will give it to another person. So you have to learn how to make the best copywriting. And I will ask the model to ask her boyfriend or a friend to film a video entering her room, really angry of what he just found on the internet, and he found her OnlyFans, yeah? And you have to send basically as a preview this 5 to 10 seconds video, like a preview, and then the locked video of what happens next. For example, let's recreate the story. Basically, I have a model. Let's recreate this story here. So I'm the model, I'm starting, this is the preview video. I'm the model and I'm starting to undress myself to sell, to create some PPV for OnlyFans, yeah? Here's a model, she starts to undress herself. This is the first 2 seconds of the video. And then, let's imagine here is a door, yeah? And we will see a door here, and we'll hear something like, and someone screaming the model's name, something like, Maria! You see? And the door starts opening, yeah? But the door never finished opening, yeah? And the model will react like something like, no, and start dressing up really fast. So this is the preview. This is the preview of the mass message. This is only the preview. And you have to add to this preview, like a 5 to 10 second preview video, really good copywriting. Nothing really extensive, something like never surpass like 3 lines of copywriting, yeah? But you have to add to this preview something like, my dad found out that, I don't know, my dad found out that I make OnlyFans content and this is what happens next. No, or not that what happens next, but basically, oh baby, like create something like really good. I'm not perfect at copywriting, but let's say, oh baby, my dad caught me. My dad caught me making a PPV content for my OnlyFans, or my dad caught me sending some nudes from my OnlyFans, and this is what happened next. This is, let's say something like, well, there are OnlyFans rules. You don't have to talk about dad and you know, stepdaughter or something like that having sex, but you understand the point, yeah? Like a porn video. This is like a porn video, literally. Mass message is a porn video. So we'll have maybe, I don't know, 1 mass message every day, for example, 30 mass messages per month. And we will be selling that mass messages to all this group. So after the fan didn't engage with you, like for a week, you will add the fan to one of these groups, probably to the low spenders groups, yeah? And well, maybe not, even middle spenders will be okay, because you don't know what type of spender or what type of customer he is, you know? So maybe middle spenders, you can add him to the middle spenders, or maybe to the higher spenders. So you have to try it out and think about it by yourself, depending on the model, depending on how you want the model to appear, because at the end of the day, we are making money. So for example, low spenders, mass messages are worth $10 at most. And high spenders, mass messages are at least worth $100, yeah? So let's say it's much more worth it having 2 high spenders than 15 low spenders for the mass messages part. So play with it, but basically add this person. If he didn't engage in with you after watching the feed for 7 days, if he didn't engage into any contact with you, just add him to the mass messages part and let's sell him mass messages. If after the mass messages he engaged with you, now is the part of selling him. Yeah. So we'll finish with the mass messages. Now go back to the first sale part. Yeah. So how is basically. So the mass messages, add a good copywriting to it to sell it, and just a one-time sell with the story. It's no engaging after it, no nothing, just a one-time selling. If the fan asks you anything about the mass message, don't respond to it. Just leave it there. Like if he asks why is so expensive, never. What is in the mass messages? Never. Don't engage with him into stupid conversation. No, he wants to buy the mass messages. Let him buy the mass message. He wants to engage into a conversation outside the mass message. Engage into a conversation outside the mass messages and build all this rapport. Yeah, but don't try to upsell. Don't try to sell the mass message. It's very important. Don't try to sell the mass message. He wants to buy, he buys. He doesn't want to buy, don't tell him, why didn't you buy the mass message, blah, 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 blah. Instantly, when you are asking him to buy, instantly your sexual market value goes down. We've been talking about the sexual market value, didn't we? It would have been a goal. Oof, good goal. So, instantly your sexual market value goes down. In mass messages prices, basically, we'll go back to the customer categorizing into list the funds later, but for example, mass messages prices are not the custom content, don't look at this, but low spenders, so we'll add the funds to different groups, yeah? It doesn't matter who the fund is, we will add them to 4 categorized groups. Low spenders, that they spend basically between $10 and $50, or maybe even, I don't know, for example, some time wasters that spend no money at all, that been talking to you. So let's go from 0 to $50, but they've been subscribed to you for at least 7 days, like the time wasters and all that stuff. Sorry, not the time wasters, but the low spenders. So the low spenders basically are, we'll add it here, time wasters. So once you classified the person as a time waster, just add him to a low spenders. I will tell you now how to classify it. Fans, low time wasters, and fans that spend very low money. That basically look cheap. All these fans that I tell you, no, I don't have anything that maybe he sent you a $3 tip and all that stuff. So maybe time wasters or fans that spend very low money or don't have money. So the mass messages prices for that group of fans will be from $5 to $10, not more. Of course, the fans can move from low spenders or time wasters to middle spenders and to high spenders. So that's depending on the fan, yeah. But at the start, these are the categories. So don't forget to categorize the fans, because then after sending a mass message, you cannot send a $100 mass message to a low spender because he will never buy it. So then the middle spenders, I wrote $50 and more, he spent $50 and more, but basically he's someone that already spent some money into a script. Basically you started a script with him and he spent at least some money. Maybe the script started at $30, so we can move here from $30 and more. And I said, well, maybe he bought some messages, whatever, he bought some PPV or whatever, so maybe he engaged into the script, he already bought something, but he didn't keep engaging with the script, so maybe he jerked off and finished after the second photo of the script, so he only spent $30, we can add him to middle spenders. And we can send the mass messages with either the same price as the low spenders or a little bit higher. I would suggest a little bit higher because he already spent some money. This middle spender, for example, he spent $50. He spent $50, so don't send him a $10 mass message because he is really cheap. You always have to think that the fan will not unsubscribe for your profile because your messages are really expensive. He will most probably unsubscribe from your profile if your messages are really cheap, because whenever someone sees a model like a cheap, it's like a prostitute. Yeah, you don't want to repeat it. You want someone that is expensive. Yeah, that's the important part. So yeah, I would suggest let's move this. Let's say at least if he spent $30, let's sell them the mass messages for these $30. Yeah, 30 and more. And then the high spenders. The high spenders are the people basically that maybe bought 2 or 3 parts of a script. Maybe he bought a full script. Maybe he's basically buying every message you're sending him. So these are high spenders already. Let's say if he already bought like 2 or 3 parts of script, he already I don't know, let's say he spent around $60-70. It's not like a straight price, you know, but he already spent something. You can add him to the mass messages high spenders group, and then send him the mass messages for at least $50 to $150 and increasing the prices, because you have to start from lower price and then start increasing the prices when he starts buying. So maybe we can create even 2 or 3 high spenders group and classify them. Let's create, for example, new high spenders are the one that just joined. New high spenders and not buying high spenders. Is joined or is not buying any mass messages you send him. New high spenders or not buying high spenders. So the new high spenders basically are the ones that just did this. Basically, they bought 2/3 of a script, 2-3 parts of a script or a full script. He already spent like $60-70. So you can add him to the new high spenders, and these are the ones that basically were already added to the new high spenders, but they are not buying any mass message. Yeah, maybe they are engaging into the conversation in buying scripts, but they are not buying any mass messages. Yeah, so these are the 2 types of high spenders for mass messaging groups we will have. Yeah, new high spenders and not buying high spenders. So the second group, let's give it like middle, okay, bought some high spenders. The high spenders that already bought 1, 2 mass messages. So these are basically the guys that already bought 1 or 2 mass messages. So here we are selling the mass message for $50 to $100. Yeah, as we understand, in a business, in every business, we should be increasing the prices. Every time we should be increasing the prices. You will not lose a customer because you are increasing the prices. He will maybe be mad that if he already bought something, he's already invested into your model, and he's already interested into buying more and more and more. So once he bought 1 or 2 mass messaging at this price, you can add him to this new group, stop selling him this mass messages price, sell him the new price, maybe from $100 to $50 to $150. These are bought some of basically he bought some of the mass messages here, and you already increased the price and start selling him this type of mass messaging. And the third type of mass messaging are big buyers, high spenders. These are the guys that buy every mass message you send them, basically. Buys every mass message. So let's say the new high spenders and not buying high spenders, you send them the mass messages from $50 to $100. After they buy one or two mass messages, you move them to this group from $100 to $150. Once they buy another one or two mass messages here, you move them to this new group, to which you will be sending the mass messages at a higher price, so 150 and more. And after some time, maybe, well, there's like a limit in Onlyfans if I don't have, at least for most of the model. So yeah, $150 to $200. Basically, you're always incrementing the price. So by every mass messages, you can basically move him up and up and up and up. And you have to understand one thing. All these mass messages are absolutely the same. So it doesn't matter if you are sending it to the low spenders or if you are sending it to the big buy high spenders. It's the same mass message, but one type of people you're charging them $5 to $10, and the other type of people you're charging them $150 to $200. Absolutely the same mass message. That's what you have to understand. It's not the product, it's how much you can charge the customer for this product. So every customer has different buy rate and all that stuff, and it's differently engaged into it. And the last part of fund classification is the fetish customers. They should be classified apart and send specific fetish mass messages at much higher price. Don't sell them the normal ones. So if a customer is maybe has already engaged with you, that's very important. He already engaged with you. You already built rapport on them. You already sent some script. You already sold him some scripts, or maybe he asked you for some scripts already, and you know he's into, for example, feet. He's into feet he's into feet. That's his fetish. You know, there are customers that have different fetish. Or maybe he's only into close-up pussy. That's another type of fetish. You know, you have to classify these customers. Maybe the group has 2 or 3 customers like this, but don't sell him that type of customers the same mass messages you're selling to all these guys. Sell them only the feed mass messages, on only the close-up pussy mass messages, and only whatever fetish they are into. You understand? These are different customers, different type of customers. Since they are fetish customers can be charged much more, but a lot of more money. So maybe the mass messages you will send to them should be at least $200. Maybe even ask them for more. If you, in the mass message, if you send me the tip, if you send me, maybe start with mass message as blah 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 blah. So we always send this type of mass message. Yeah, you know, the 5 to 10 second video. Then we send, for example, a locked $3 video, but we can divide that video into 2 parts for these specific customers and sell part of the video for $200 and ask him, if you pay $400 in tips, I will send you the final part or the second part of the video. You know, you have to charge them a lot of more. A lot of more. The fetish customers, yeah? It's still a mass message, but maybe the group has 4 customers. Maybe you have 1,000 fans, but 4 of them are in the fetish group customers, yeah? whenever we create a fetish customers video, we will send it, of course, to all these guys for the normal prices and to the fetish customers. But from the other part, for example, we will not send a feet fetish to a normal spender. Yeah, you know, you have to understand that every customer has its own thing. So maybe the fetish videos, you should only send them to the fetish customers. So that's the mass messages part perspective. Yeah. So going back to the first sale, we already understand how to classify the fan. We already understand that the fan should engage first with you. Yeah. So before the first sale, again, we'll go to the building relationship part. So the fan, let's go into this part. After wherever we tried, after the feed, the content, after sending him a locked message, after mass messaging, whatever, the fan started engaging with you. So we are now in this part. It's a new fan, absolutely new fan. We have to build a relationship with the fan. How can we build the relationship with the fan? Don't move the conversation to sex without him moving the conversation to sex. So get to know the fan. I will always spend much more money on a girl that I know than a girl that I just met up. So never try to sell a fan without building any relationship with him. Maybe some of the fans don't want to build relationships. You will know it at first sight and maybe add them to mass messages or whatever. But here's what you have to understand. We have to build relationship with a fan. So how can we build relationship with a fan? Give a fan give them some nicknames related to the life. For example, if the fan is a poopy lover, so give him a poopy nickname. If poopy lover. So of course there are always typical nicknames like baby, puppy, whatever else. But if you give a fan some specific nickname related to his life, yeah. If you give a fan something more specific that relates to his life, that will make the fan feel much more appreciated, yeah. So, and much more exclusive, yeah. You don't even have to be very creative with nickname parts, yeah. If the fan works like a teacher, maybe you can give him a teacher nickname. I don't know how you in English countries and all that stuff they call the teachers, but for example in Spain it's maestro or señorita or señor or maestro, whatever, yeah. Or maybe I don't know if in English is well, let's find out how to call the teacher. How should you call a teacher? Mrs. whatever, yeah. So the fun is let's dive into a recreate a conversation, yeah. So here we have in school. So the fun works like a teacher, yeah. So let's recreate a conversation. So, for example, the fan works as a teacher. What can you do? Ask him for his surname during the conversation, and as something funny. For example, he responds. Let's recreate directly the conversation. The fan works like a teacher. Model. Oh, teacher. Yeah. So, what's your surname, Mr. whatever, yeah? And the fan reacts with something like, hehe, yes, Mr. Smith. And from now on, in every conversation, you will always refer to him like Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith. That's creating a nickname. Yeah? So be very creative with the nicknames part, and always never forget the nickname. Write it down always whenever you are recreating, whenever you are building report on the fund, whenever you are building relationships. Building relationships or building report is the same basically in terms of Onlyfans. So whenever you are building reports, always, these are some of the model. Let's go, for example, here. These are some of our models. For example, here. You see, here on the insides, you have the fan, notes, and the creator comments. So, for example, if this is Alex, Alex is a teacher. So, write here down. Basically, he is. I would say and write it here. I don't know. Can you see it on the? No, you cannot see it. I will move here. Basically, here on the right part. Here. You can write down all the fan notes. So let's say nickname Mr. Smith. Yeah? And just remember it, because you are not working alone. You're working with other fans, with other chatters, so this is a teamwork. So if we want to milk a fan like it is, we have to write all this down, and always before everything we do, just write it here before every cell and whatever. Write it here, and you have it ready. Yeah, and here you can write everything here, and here you even can add relevant details and comment about the fan. For example, he has I don't know if the fan. Well, let's go back to basically this part, and we'll see what else we can write about the fan. For example, you basically have to build a relationship. You have to get to know the fan perfectly. Remember things from his personal life. For example, their dog's name. So we go here. We've been talking with the guy. We're not asking him like, what's your dog name, but it comes with the conversation. You have to flow into the conversation. It's not like something like strictly, you know, you have to ask this and this and these questions, you know. So, for example, dog's name. He's a dog's lover. His dog's name is Pussy. This is his dog's name. So everything, write it down. Then we go. Remember their birthday. Maybe his birthday is something that it's gonna happen soon. So add it to relevant notes. So his birthday is on the 31st October. So it's in 4 days, and he wants me to surprise him with something special. Yeah? Basically, add this here. Maybe you can remember it, but imagine it's not your time to text him. So for the chatter that is texting the fan, it's very important for him to know this, because we can lose the fan if you don't remember his birthday, yeah? Because he's already not feeling exclusive. It's you have to understand, this is a teamwork, because you can basically be milking a fan, you want to sell him the birthday gift, but it's not your turn to work, and you think that I don't want the other chatter to make the money for me. Well, okay, you will not make any money on the fund because the other chatter will not remember the birthday name of Alex. Yeah? So you will lose a customer you've been already engaging with. Okay, the other guy lost some money, but we all lost. Yeah. So this is a teamwork. If other guy makes money, he will be texting to. If the other chatter makes money on your fund, he's probably gonna be texting another fund, and you will make money on his fund. So it's not like this is my fund, this is my money, I have to make it. Blah, blah, blah. No, you are making money for him. He's making money for you. This is teamwork. You understand? And you are all making money for me. Yeah. So. Going back to the puppy lover and whatever else. So then important things that will happen in his life, hobbies. So maybe you have to write his down. Maybe he's a football lover, and for example yesterday Barcelona played against Madrid, and you can write him something like hey, he's a Madrid fan, so write him something like hey 4-0, right? So Madrid what happened to your team? Try to build this trust relationship. Don't be scared of, not don't be scared of joking with a fan, because you are not scared of joking with your friends, right? So why would you be scared of joking with your fan? Yeah, that's important part, because everyone is just this careful to not say something blah 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 blah, something that will make the fan a little mad. Of course, don't insult him, don't make him really mad, but something a little mad, like, hey, what happens to Madrid? Blah, 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 whatever. So, after this, basically remember everything. It's very important. Write everything down. But this will come during the conversation. Yeah? This is not something you have to be asking him. So, what's your puppy name, when is your birthday, whatever. Flow with the conversation the same way you would flow with a real life engagement with a person you're interested in knowing. Yeah? Approach this always is very important. You will never be a good chatter if you don't approach this like a real life engagement or real life conversation. Because this is not a selling conversation, this is a relationship. You're engaging with a fan that then will be maybe interested, maybe not interested in selling you, in buying from you. But invest time into getting to know the fan. Invest really yourself into getting to know the fan. Because once you invested, maybe you invested 3 hours or 4 hours into a fan. Yeah? That these 3-4 hours will pay themselves during months, because you really got to know the fan. The fan is really feeling appreciated, and once a man is feeling appreciated, he will always buy, always. So this is from building relationship part. Well, so. This is all before the first sale. Yeah? Maybe you have to talk for hours before the first sale. Here I will tell you now why. So, scripts. Okay, so here we are starting with the first sale. We are selling scripts. Yeah, so we come here. Well, I will not show you exactly the scripts, but we are selling scripts. This is something many of the chatters don't understand. Scripts are not PPVs. Scripts are something that evolves during the conversation. Yeah? What's a script? A script is, for example, let's go with Netflix and chill. Yeah? Netflix and chill. Script, not PPV, Netflix and chill. And Netflix and chill script is something that is happening at the same moment you're talking to the fan. So you've been engaging in the conversation. You've been building rapport on the fan. The fan starts to move the conversation to the sexual part. We will talk about this now. But once he starts to move that to this part, you are starting the Netflix and chill script. And the script is something that goes step by step, and it's an upsell ladder basically. So for example, the first part of the script is the model. It's Netflix and chill script. The model just two pictures of the model just laying in bed. This is the first part of the script. Yeah. This can be sent. She's not nude. If she's not nude, this can be sent as a as a safe for work script, safe for work PPV, and can be sent for free. This is the first part of the script. Second part of the script, 2 or 3 pictures of the model taking her clothes off. This is already nude, so this is the first selling point. Maybe for $30. Next part, a video of the model already half nude. Let's say video of the model half nude. So like maybe without the bra, maybe only the upper part of the body. This can be sold for $50. Maybe strip teasing, maybe dancing, wherever, like a 2 minutes video, for example. 2 minutes video. Next part of the script. Video of the model starting to masturbate. 2 minute video or 2.5 minute video. This can be sold for $70. And then the last part of the video of the model reaching the climax or reaching the orgasm. Same thing basically. Maybe it's a 4-minute video that can be sold for $100. You understand? This is a script. So overall price of the script, $100, $200, $250. $250 script. This is a script. We are selling something that is happening at that exact moment. Yeah? So, the first thing we send to the customer are these 2 pictures, not nude, safe for work for free. The second thing we sell to the customers is this. The third thing we sell to the customer is this. The fourth thing we send to the customer is this. Yeah? We go on the ladder of the customer buying more and more and more. Why? Because here he's horny. Here is more horny. Here is even more horny. Here he's already near to come. So he's ready to pay whatever he wants for this. But if we are sending here something for free, he's a little horny, and we start sending something like this, he's not willing to buy something $100 if he's not really, really horny. So we have to go step by step by step by step by step by step. Bam, 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 bam. This is a script, and this is happening. You have to make the customer think. This is the most important part for every chat. I will even go full camera here. The most important part for every chatter is to make the customer think that the script is happening at the exact moment you are talking to the customer. This is the most important part. Like, you will lose everything if you cannot do that. You are horrible chatterers, you cannot do that. Like, that's why the scripts are in a order, you know. There are morning scripts, there are half-day scripts, or midnight scripts, or midday scripts, and there are night scripts. Yeah, there are all organized, because if it's morning, you will send these types of scripts. If it's midday, you will send these types of scripts, and if it's night, you will send these other types of scripts. Yeah, but we always sell scripts. You cannot go to a customer, like you tell him, I'm watching Netflix and chill, and try to sell something like this. Why? Because he's not paying $70 for a PPV. He is paying $70 if after this and after this and after this, he goes like on a buying ladder, yeah, and he arrives to this part, he's buying it for $70, but he's not buying it after this. So it's very, 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 very important. Like, he has to understand that this is happening at the exact moment we are talking to the customer. At the exact moment. I think it's very important to make him feel that the scripts are being made at the moment. Sending just PPVs doesn't develop any connection with the customer. It creates a marketplace, and it is much cheaper. If you just sell random PPVs, like, hey, do you want to see my pussy? Here's my pussy. That's not creating any relationship with the customer. That's creating just a stupid marketplace, and nothing long-term, nothing basically. So we only sell we sell mass messages. We've been talking about the mass messages here. We sell mass messages, this is a one-time sell, or we sell scripts. This is a boom, 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 step-by-step ladder. These are the only parts, and the subscription. These are the three parts we are making money on Onlyfans. Nothing else. Not selling any random PPVs. Even if the customer is asking you, send me your pussy. Don't sell him your pussy for $20. No, tell him, sorry, I don't have photos of myself. You have to make me feel horny. I don't have like a galleria, a vault of photos of myself. Make me feel horny. Make me engage with you. I mean, I'm not interested in you. Make me interested in you. I'm not interested in money. Like, approach it from the point of you are not a marketplace. If you approach it from that point, you're making a lot of money. Because, okay, we will maybe lose one customer that he's willing to pay only $20 for a pussy picture. We're not looking for that type of customers. We're looking to the customers that are willing to pay constantly $200, $300, $400 every day or every week, whatever. Yeah? So, after this being understood, we'll go back to the scripts. Everything is working, yeah? So, now, the customer, so we did everything I told you. We built the relationship with the fan, yeah, we built the report. So now we have two options with the scripts part. First option, you have already a list of scripts that you sell to every customer, just step by step. So every customer gets sold first this one script, the second this one script, third this one script, and fourth this one script. Just script after script, yeah. Maybe this part is it's okay for you. And the second part that I would recommend more if you are you have to revise all the scripts. You have to know what are you selling, what you have to sell. So there are models that have 50 scripts already made, so revise all the scripts and think about it. If a model has low content scripts, so it's not that easy, but you already built report with the customer, so you already know from what point is he approaching to you, or maybe the first messages he sent you is, oh, I love your ass. So you already know, write this down. Bam, he loves my ass, so I will go to inflow. His preferences, ass. Yeah? So you already know, he likes my ass. But if he writes you, I like your ass, give him, oh, very good, thank you so much. But you didn't make this, you didn't build any relationship, you didn't build any report. So first of all, write down, okay, when I will sell him a script, that will be something that starts with my ass or starts with my twerking video. But I'm not selling him the script yet. I'm building the relationship with him, I'm building rapport, and then I will sell him the script. So once this is your second option, and the best one is building rapport with the customers, and choose a specific script you know he will buy. So after already, so in both cases you build rapport, of course, but I would recommend this part if you already know very good the customer, what his preferences. If not, just have a list of scripts that you will sell step by step. So maybe if it's a new customer, the first script I will sell him is this. The second script after we engage, maybe in 4 or 5 days, I will sell him this one, and etc, etc, etc. So there is something not wrote here. Before, I have to understand something. It's important, so I will move the camera to myself. Everything is working good, yeah. So before, and the audio also. So before sending any script, before moving the conversation to sex, the customer himself has to move it to sex. Ah, exactly, I have this. It's not in order. I have this here. How to chat, basically. Yeah. How to chat. So, the manipulation and conversation guidance we need to approach to every customer. You have to create emotional waves to the fan to break him psychologically. So we have different techniques here. As in real life, again, we are moving to the real life situation. Me as a man, I get in with a lot of girls, in a lot of conversation with girls. So, how can I approach this? Let's move this in one here. So here we have how to chat, manipulation, and conversation guidance. So the girls are always manipulating. So you have to position yourself from the girl's perspective on the guy. Yes. So we are already starting, as we said at the start of this. We're already starting here in terms of sexual market value. So now you have to play with the customer and manipulate him in terms of the conversation. Yeah. So we have the push-pull technique. This is creating emotional waves to the customer. What's emotional waves? It's making the customer basically freak out. Women always do it to men, or try to do it to men, and it's very difficult to surpass. Yeah. So an emotional wave is basically, well, I have it like here. Act like a woman. You have to push, show some interest, move the conversation to sex, and then pull back. Take the interest back and move it out of sex. That's while you are talking with the customer. Let's say you already built a little of rapport with the customer. Now the conversation goes, so you already know his age, what he likes to do, what he works as, whatever, blah, 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 where he lives, and whatever. Yeah. So now the conversation starts to go into the sexual way. Yeah. Let the customer always move the conversation to sex. Approach it again, like in real life. The girls don't usually move the conversation to sex, or hardly move it to sex. So let's think about an Instagram interaction with the girl you like. You as a guy will start moving the conversation to sex. From one moment to another, you will ask her for her fetish, you will ask her for what's her body count, and whatever. You will start moving the conversation to sex. So the same will happen here. Don't move yourself the conversation to sex. Let the fan move the conversation to sex. Yeah. Let him start like asking you about sex. So once he moved the conversation to sex, you can start with a push-pull technique, which is showing interest and then taking the interest back in the sexual part. That way you will create emotional waves to the fan. For example, your fan says that he works like a truck driver. So this is a conversation if he says something like that. The model says, "Oof, imagine what could we do inside your truck together or inside the back seats of your truck." This is push. This is moving the conversation to sex. Client enters the sexual mindset, so the fan is already thinking about, whoa, she wants sex, yeah, she wants sexting, whatever. And he will ask something like, like what, for example? What do you want to do in the back seats of my truck, yeah? And he is expecting something from a model, like, for example, well, I can suck your dick, I can blah, 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 blah. No. You will pull back a little bit and just move on from that conversation. So for how long have you been at that job? So you moved into sex, you made the fan move into sex, emotionally his eyes went on fire, and you pull back. So for how long have you been at that job? Taking back the interest and moving out of a sexual mood. Do that 10 times if needed, 20 times if needed. But at the end of it, the fan will move the conversation to sex by himself, and that's when you will know that that's the moment you will introduce the script and start selling him like crazy. So here it is. Make the fan guide the conversation to sex. Make it feel natural. Don't move it yourself. Make the conversation feel natural. Don't try to engage it into some fast interaction, into some fast selling and whatever, yeah? Move the fan, guide the conversation, make him give the conversation to sex. Then, after you know exactly what he wants, and he starts asking about sex non-stop, boom, start the selling. So once he's ready, send him the free safe for work week to start the script. So we'll go back to the script part, I think now. Yeah, now the script part. So this is the start of the script. Once the fan already is ready, like he's already, like look at my face. He's already on fire. He wants you. He wants sex. Once he's ready for it, that's the exact moment you will introduce the script. The start of the script, after building the report and knowing what the customer likes, yeah, you will introduce the scripts. So how can you introduce the script? For example, it's at night. So the introduction of the script is not sending directly the safe for work content. This is an error. The first thing, you will introduce the script verbally. You will introduce the script verbally, yeah? So, for example, let's go back to Netflix and chill. He's already into sex. He's already ready with his hand in his dick, yeah? Inside his pants. So, you will start with something like, with the Netflix script, you will ask him, so, model, so what are you doing now? So you already did all the engagement. You know he's ready, so ask him, so what are you doing now? Fun. Just with my hand in my pants. Something like that, something sexual. What about you? Model. Here is where you introduce the script verbally. Well, I'm about to watch a movie. Yeah? Here's the introduction. Then he says, what type of movie? Now, send him some safe for work video of the start of the script for free, or something like, well, this is not good. I would send him something like safe for work photos, like starting to watching the Netflix. Remember, we when I was talking about the Netflix script, the free part of a script, you know, 1 or 2 photos or 3 photos, just starting to watch the Netflix show, fully covered, no news, nothing, yeah? So this is for free. And now, once you introduced the script, now you can start selling him, yeah? Now he's already starting to like asking you for sex. He will ask you for sex. You will never ask him for sex. He will ask you for sex. That's a good chatter. A good chatter is the one that is not selling him. The good seller, the good salesman, you know, is the best one when he's not selling. Like this is like in real life. The best salesman, the best one, is the one that makes the fan feel that he is not being sold. That the fan by himself ran into the selling part, that the fan by himself made the decision to buy. This is the best salesman. Yeah, same with here. Same here. The best chatter is the one that doesn't sell. It's the one that just only send the PPVs locked and the fan is starts buying it. Yeah. So send a pic or 2 for free, say for work, then start sending pics and beats paid, strip teasing, dancing, half naked, charge something but not much, and then start approaching the orgasm climax and start charging more, create a script, selling ladder. Like the one we've been talking about in Netflix. Every model in my agency works by scripts, so never sell PPVs, always scripts. Again, every script should be charged around the same. So, let's talk about how will you send the scripts. Yeah, how will you send each photo or each video of the script? Like, you're not only selling because the video arrives locked, you know. When you sell something on Onlyfans, is like a locked video and he has to pay money to unlock it. You have to add some good copywriting into every video and script he has to unlock, yeah? So add the curiosity to your message, to your copywriting, yeah? Ask questions to create that curiosity. Do you think I'm a bad girl for doing this? You understand, maybe this is a video of her just touching herself, maybe it's a video of her strip teasing, whatever, but don't tell him what is happening in the video. Ask him a question. Like, doesn't matter the type of question, it should be good questions, so open your mind, have some questions prepared for every script, and that will make him unlock the video to answer the question and keep the conversation on. So you will ask him, do you think I'm a bad girl for doing this? And you're adding like a $50 video of her just dancing half nude, yeah, half naked. And that will make him unlock the video. Don't tell him what is happening on the video. And he will unlock the video and tell you, yeah, you're a really bad girl, blah, 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 blah. So what will you do to me? And he will say, I will blah, 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 blah. So now after 1-2 minutes, you will send him the next PPV. Maybe now she's touching herself. And add to the video like, do you like it when I do it like this? Do you want, do you like watching me playing with myself like this? Yeah, you know, same, it's a question and you are not describing what is happening. Well, you are describing there. So this is not the perfect one, but I'm not the chatter, so you will have to think it by yourself. So, again, coming back here, is very important to make the fan believe that the script is happening there at the moment, because they are ready to pay whatever it takes for something that is happening at that exact moment. Yeah. So I had to tell you something else, but I forgot it. Well, I'll tell you later. So this is something important to know. More videos and more pics are more chatting stories. You can tell them probably pay more of them. So a script could be made out of 10 different videos and pics, or can made out of 3 different videos and pics. So if there are more videos and pics, you can create a bigger story, a bigger chatting relationships, and make it last more, you know. And with less videos and scripts, of course, it's more into chatting and less into sending the videos by itself. But at the end of the day, you should be charging the same. Like, if a script is made out of 10, well, let's say out of 6 videos, so 6 parts, yeah, so you'll charge 30, 50, 70, 80, and 100. So if it's made out of 3, you will charge 100, 150, and 200. So just play with it, but at the end of the day, every script price, full script, should be sold for at least $150 to $200, not less. For example, a short script, 2 or 3 pics starting script is $30 and $50 video inside the script, and $70 climax or orgasm video. That's a 3-part script. And with 5-part scripts or 7-part scripts, you have to basically play with the prices, you know. But at the end of the day, every script should be at least charged for $150 and $200. So once we know the scripts part, we will now come back to the first sale. So we have 3 types of subs here. This is after all we've been talking. After a building report, after selling to the after building report, after knowing what he wants, after doing all the after this, like after the fan guided to a conversation to sex, after you made it feel natural and whatever, then after you know exactly what he wants, we are here at the first sale. This is the first sale of the fan. So here, after you already know that the fan is ready to buy, because if the fan is not ready to buy and you try to sell him, this is your error. It's not the fan's error. It's not the fan is a time waster. No, it's just you are a horrible chatter, basically. That's the point. So we have 3 types of sub here. First one is buyer. He buys all the content you send him. Basically, this is a good buyer. You engage with him and he's ready to buy. He buys the script and he's ready, basically, there. Second part. He buys the first part of the script but vanishes. Yeah, so he basically you engage with him, he's ready to buy. You send him the first part of the script, he buys that part of the script, the cheap one, maybe for $30, and he vanishes. Basically, he's not responding anymore, or he doesn't want to buy anymore. So here we have 3 possible scenarios, yeah? Well, 2 possible scenarios. The first scenario is that he believes that the value of the content he bought is not worth it, not worth the price he paid for it, yeah? For example, he bought for $30, 3 or 4 pictures, and he's saying that it's not worth it, yeah? What can you do here? Try reciprocity. Like this is the explanation of what the reciprocity is in business. The principle of reciprocity is the idea that an individual is more likely to do something for someone else if they have first received a favor or gift from that person. In the context of marketing, businesses can use reciprocity marketing to create a sense of indebtedness in their customers by giving them something for free. Like, I give you something for free, and you, in the back of your head, you will always think that you owe me something. You know, that's reciprocity. Same with the fan. Send him something for free, like something safe for work, like the start of a script. Don't sell him. Never send for free nude shit. Never. Never. Not a preview. Never. Never nude for free. And try to gain his value back. Like, send him things for free and during this period, during the engagement period, and try to gain his value back. Then, after gaining his value back, engage a little more into the conversation and attempt the sale again. Easy. The second scenario, he basically got everything he wanted. So you can maybe wait 15 minutes, maybe he got things to do or he went to the toilet. This is another part. This is actually another scenario. So maybe the fan bought the first thing and someone called into his phone number or into his house and he had to go there and blah blah blah, whatever. This you can wait 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Maybe he got things to do or he went to the toilet. So what can you do here? If after waiting for some time, like he no longer has the interest, you can send him the rest of it. Yeah. So, sorry, this is a second scenario. This is third scenario. So after the third scenario, if after 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, he doesn't engage back, like he doesn't come back and ask you for something else, he's probably in the second scenario or in the first scenario. So he maybe got everything he wanted. He already came or whatever, he already jerked off. So what can you do here? If after waiting for some time he no longer has the interest, you can send him the rest of the scripts in the pay PV, adding something like, baby, I couldn't wait anymore. I was so horny thinking about you, but I recorded everything I did. You can see it here. Of course, it shouldn't be as expensive as the scripts for separate, but maybe he will buy. So imagine the fan bought the first part of the script, or maybe two parts of the script, and he got everything he wanted. Like maybe he already jerked off, maybe he already came or whatever. So you just take the rest of the script because you will not sell him that script any other day because it's already part of this script. And remember, we are selling things and that are happening at the exact moment. So you will just take all this video, all the rest 3-4 parts of the scripts. Imagine he bought a $30 script and a $50 script. So he paid $80. You will take the rest part of the script and sell it for like all the videos for $60, something like that, or $70. You will have to think about it and play with it, with the prices. Maybe he will buy, like adding something like this, like baby, I couldn't blah blah blah, blah. I couldn't wait more. And the third scenario is, as I said, wait 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, but never try to be, again, we're coming back to the sexual market value, never push him with, are you there? Do you still want me? That's not sexy. That's not sexy at all. Like, fuck it. I mean, he's not answering. He doesn't want you anymore. Wait for some minutes. If he writes you, okay, keep going with the scripts. I've been waiting for you. If he doesn't write you anymore, just go with this. The second scenario. If he is not responding you, maybe you have to understand if this is first scenario or second scenario. So you engage with him, of course, but you're never asking him for attention or you're never asking him for money. Imagine he is here, buys first part of the script, yeah, and you send him the second part of the script for $50, and he's not buying. Never, because I saw some chats like this, never ask him, why are you not buying? He's not buying, fuck off. Not buying, okay, let it be. Yeah? So you have 3 scenarios. You're not asking him, and what if I send you this for $30, you will buy? No, already, sexual market value down. Not buying, okay, fuck off, we will engage all the day. Send the rest of the script. If he couldn't buy that one, like imagine you will try, of course, to gain back his interest, but if he doesn't buy, just do this part. Send the rest of the script and just disengage. No more engagement for today. Yeah? Don't try to sell him. Don't try to ask him for money. Don't ask for money. Don't try to sell him, you know? He wants to buy. Okay, so Here we have basically the time wasters. Yeah. How can you find the time wasters? So after you attempt your first sale and he's not buying, so you did everything the right way, as I said. You engaged, you did all the... The time waster is not a person that doesn't respond to your messages, yeah? That's not a time waster. The time waster is a person that responds to your messages, is engaged, but is not buying. Yeah, that's the time waster. So, you attempt your first sale, yeah? Maybe he doesn't buy because he's not horny enough. So it's your error. It's not the time. It's not that the person is a time waster. It's your error if he's not buying because he's not horny enough. That's why coming back here, you have to always know when he's ready to buy. So once he's ready to buy, and you attempt your first sale, and he's not buying, but you know he's really ready to buy, like he's asking for content. Go back to a conversation after some more interactions, send him for free to see how he reacts. So he's not buying, yeah? First attempt of selling, he's not buying. So you go back to the conversation, and after some more interactions, send him something, say for work, for free, to see how he reacts, like the start of the script, start to introduce the scripts. After, send part of the scripts in PPV, and if he doesn't buy it, again, leave him. Yeah, like you attempt 2 sales, 2 times the sale. If he's asking it for free, whatever, just disengage. Don't make me lose my time. Yeah. After that, once he didn't buy twice, keep sending him the log PPVs for a week. So we will keep sending him the mass messages, but not in the cheap group, in the middle group. Like we will send him the mass messages in the middle part of the price. So add this person to the middle part after he didn't buy. And if he buys none of them, he bought none of the mass messages we sent him for a week, like we probably sent him 7 mass messages during the week. He bought none of that mass messages. Engage in a new conversation when he's online, like after the week. Don't engage before that week. During the week, we will send him mass messages, engage in a new conversation, try to sell again after, again, going through all this process of making him feel horny and all that stuff. And if he doesn't buy again, after you tried 3 times and all these mass messages, what to do if he doesn't buy again? Add him to the time wasters folders and just stop answering his messages. We'll just keep sending him the mass messages. But we'll add him to not the middle part, but the low spenders part of the time wasters, and just we'll keep sending him the mass messages after. Maybe he, after some time, will go back from there if he buys some of the mass messages, but usually they don't. So that's how we enter and approach with time wasters. But time waster is not the person that doesn't text you back or whatever. That's not a time waster. That's basically a person that is not really enough interested yet into texting you. So, to end this up, we'll talk about how to chat, the other techniques. So as we already said about the push-pull technique, this is a very important technique. You always have to text to a fan with a push-pull technique. Even after he's already a consolidated fan, so once the fan is already consolidated, you will keep talking to him with a pull-push technique. Yeah, that's very important. So, the other part, identify what the fan is lacking and solve the problem. It's not always about sex. This is something we have to understand. You have to understand what the fan is really looking for. If you're a good chatter, if you have experience, you will see it after some time what the fan is looking for. Maybe he can tip you $50 just for talking. Maybe he's not looking for sex. Maybe he's looking for someone who he can talk to. So identify the fan's lacks, and you will have a fan for life to milk. So identify his lacks and solve the problem, solve the thing he's lacking. Yeah? Not always about sex, as I said. It's maybe about just he has problems at home and he wants to talk to anyone and whatever. Identify. Don't try to sell him sex. Don't try to tell he's a time waster, because maybe after messaging for 2 hours he will send you a tip. Like, don't trash a fan, like throw him to the rubbish instantly, yeah? Because this works like in real life. Once you start, okay, this is a part of it. So this is another technique. Another thing, this works like in real life dating. Once you start investing big money into a girl and time into a girl or a woman, you start to be more attached to her. So always increment the prices for the fans that are paying and paying. That creates more attachment from them. So we had a fan, for example, that been paying $200, then $400, then $600. We changed the charters and they started charging him $100 again. Like trying to milk the fan. This is not how we work, guys. This is not how we work. This is to the charters that are watching these videos, like the one that I'm recording right now. There are fans that been charged big money and you started charging for scripts, and you started charging them like $100 for a big video of they being fucked, you know? You basically ruined all the relationship with that fan. Yeah, the fan is still paying or whatever, yeah, but you ruined that relationship. Once the fan is paying $200, $400 for scripts, you cannot sell him a full script for $100, you understand? Always incrementing the price. Because once I get invested into a girl, I don't want to leave her, you know? Because they will always think about, okay, I lost my time and I lost my money. I don't want to lose that girl because I invested two very important things into her, time and money. So you will more probably lose a fan because you're lowering your prices than from ascending your prices or making the prices higher. Yeah? So that creates more attachment from them. Exactly. Once they pay more, that creates more and more attachment. More money, more time, more attachment, more money you can charge every time. So, Ben, you can try not to text the fan first, that we've been talking about it, when he subscribes, and instead increment the quality of your content on the OF feed to make him message you the first. Because that way, the sexual market value your model has appears much higher than the fan's market value in his eyes, and he will treat you alike. So we've been talking about this. We're not texting him first, yeah? Another part, when a man is horny, he is ready to pay for everything he can for that moment. For example, when I go partying in real life and the girl asks me for a drink without warming me up, like without dancing with me or whatever first, I'm not paying for it. But if we have been dancing for a while and we've been engaging a little bit, and she asked me for the most expensive drink, and I'm in that horny state, I'm paying without even looking at the price. You understand? The same happens here. So think about that when you interact with a fan. That's why we do all that texting before selling. You will know that he is in that horny state, ready to pay for everything once he starts like talking about sex and all that stuff, like really, really talking. Well, very important. Never beg the fan for money or to pay for a PPV. Begging makes your sexual market value drop, and the fan will never ever pay again. Lost fan. Never. I saw some of the chats of you with begging. Okay, but if I sell you this for $30, you will pay? Never. I don't want to see that never again. Okay. Identify your fan fetishes. Chatting, same way you will do it chatting. Same way you will do it chatting through your normal social media with the girl or boy you like. If you ask for her fetish just on a cold head, that would appear pretty rude in her eyes, right? So same happens in Onlyfans. Try to chat like you would chat in real life from a perspective of the girl. is the guy is actually who asks for sexual pics and fetish. So let the fan move the conversation there. So don't ask for fetish and the like sex and all that stuff on a cold head. He has to be horny before that, and he will ask you first. Understand what the fan wants before sending. You cannot send feed photos to a fan whose fetish are vagina pics. Same way as you cannot sell a Ford Fiesta to someone who came to the dealership to buy a Mercedes. Yeah. Another part I want to add. Six part. Understand what your model is selling. Like, if your model is selling her ass on social media, like twerking or whatever, don't try to sell the fun fucking pussy pic at first. Yeah, that's very important. Don't, if the fan came from the social media because he wants us, don't sell him like some titties video. Yeah, think about it. He wants us, sell him what the fans was, what he wants. Yeah, not a Ford Fiesta. He wants a Mercedes. So sell him a Mercedes. Understand what your model is selling. Maybe the model is selling different things. For example, in Reddit we have different approaches. Yeah, we have a profile that sells ass, a profile that sells pussy, and whatever. So depending from where is the fan coming, you should approach the conversation differently. And always, I want all this part. I will move it here. Right. If this is not full, like full, not only nickname, age, everything. I want a lot of things here. If this is not full, he's not ready for selling. If this is not full, he's not ready for selling. So think about it that way. Okay? So this is all for today. If there is something left, I will add it in another videos.